What does F8 and be there really mean? And why could it change your life, even if you're not into photography? Those are the questions I'll answer while I shoot this sunset over Tampa Bay. And if you stay to the end, I'll tell you the surprising true story of who said this phrase first and what it meant to them. Maybe. You'll see what I mean soon. This is Owl's Relaxation. We create scenic and relaxing videos. We hope to earn your subscription today. This video is sponsored by people like you. We'll explain later. Ooh, there's a lot of orange on the horizon already. Exciting. It's even reflecting on the water. It's so unusual to see this much color this far away. You can see we've got a person out there already. So F8 and be there. What is the meaning of these words? Literally, figuratively, and as a numerum. A what? Yeah, I'll get to that too. So let's break down these three meanings. But first. Ooh. Wow. What a great one. Back to the meaning of F8. In the literal sense, it's a camera setting that works in many common situations. So if you just leave your camera set to F8, then you'll have a good chance of capturing unexpected action without having to change your settings first and possibly miss the shot entirely. Got a nice flock of birds. And a different kind of bird there. There's beautiful rays coming off the immediate sun there. And that's creating new colors on the clouds. Color has not spread beyond the main sunset area yet. We've got a lot of cool, dark, moody clouds. A tiny bit of color highlighting the top of that dark one. A little bit of yellow glow on that right horizon. Really pronounced short beams, but pronounced in the sun immediate area there. Not as many dark clouds over to the left, and just the beginning of upper level clouds at the tops starting to get color. Even that little cloud right there getting a highlight just at the top of it. We are still at high tide and getting that nice reflection, subtle texture of the water moving. That nice summer sound of, I don't know, is that grasshoppers or crickets in the back? I'm not sure. There's a bit of a breeze out there today, creating a different ripple pattern in the midground. And right now the sun is looking amazing. I want to zoom in and see if I can really capture what's happening in this zone. It's not quite as good on camera as it is in person, but there's definitely about 5 rays just going upright, right out of the center of the sun and stopping in that dark gray cloud above the sun. And it looks amazing. I feel like this is an excellent position. Let's see. Well, that's as far as I can zoom in. I feel like something in there is making for an excellent view just to watch that sun drop below the horizon. It's interesting, I haven't seen it so cleanly hitting the horizon in, I don't know, must have been a few weeks probably. So I hadn't noticed that this position of where it's setting has actually changed dramatically from the last time I saw it. It was setting to the right of the buildings that you see, and now it is setting kind of in between this complex of buildings. And it should continue progressing towards the left as we make our way towards winter solstice in December. I don't know how far to the left it'll travel, but it is good to know. I was here on summer solstice or the day after, and the sun set just about where the tall part of the bridge meets the water towards the right. So it has actually moved quite a lot in just 2 months, 2.5 months, to today being September 4th, 2023. A lot has changed since the sun went down just a minute or two ago. That glow really kind of disappeared, and so did the rays. Now we're left with a couple highlighted clouds right where it went down, and let me show you the rest. There's not much color going on the horizon. Really cool configurations of dark clouds though, making kind of an X pattern there on the left. Really dark clouds over here, and still no color on the right, but lots of cool darkness. If, you know, dark evil clouds are your thing, this is a cool sunset.
Now, the figurative meaning of F8 in the context of "and be there" could be a reminder to just enjoy where you are without worrying about getting a technically perfect shot. Whether you leave your camera set to f8, f16, or automatic doesn't matter, because the f8 part of the saying might figuratively mean any setting that allows you to forget the technicalities so you can be fully present and mindful of your surroundings. Just like this sunset.
I'm enjoying this composition right here with the dark cloud creating like a funnel shape from right to left. And really, we have not got a whole lot of color tonight, but just some really cool dark clouds. Like, I do enjoy that shape over there on the left. Kind of got a combination of wispy and puffy inside the dark clouds. Nice horizon glow. Not a lot of color, but still plenty to look at, especially with that peaceful, rippling reflection. And a lot more darkness over here on the right.
The third potential meaning of F8 is as a numerum, which I just learned is the word for any word that incorporates a number in its spelling. So if you read the F and 8 together as one word, you get fate and be there. Now, I haven't seen this interpretation elsewhere, but it was the first meaning that came to my mind. I think fate and be there is a reminder to stay open to fate happening wherever you go. This fate might be an amazing sight to photograph, a new idea, or a great new friend. Regardless, being open to fate while you're there is being open to unexpected possibilities, not just for photography.
I'm really enjoying the way this wide-angle shot is almost like vignetting the entire scene, with this outer rim of dark clouds, with this sandwich, long layered clouds reflecting the glowing orange horizon. Like I said, it's not much color tonight, but the clouds are making it really interesting, combined with the ripply water.
Getting back to F8 and be there. We've gone over all the meanings of F8, but simply being open to fate or leaving your camera on a general setting is not going to help you if you aren't also there, in the right place, at the right time, with your camera set to f8 or whatever setting you like, letting go of perfection, and being open to fate. I think F8 and be there encourages us to do all of those things at once, and that's what makes it such a great saying to me. If you'd like to see us create more and better videos like this, please consider helping us with a one-time tip on PayPal, Zelle, or Venmo, or a recurring donation on Patreon. If you're the kind of person who tips a waiter a little extra for brightening your day, or buys dinner for a friend who helped you out, then why not do the same for a video creator? Even just a few dollars helps us cover expenses, hire help, upgrade equipment, and dedicate more time to improving for you. The best thing you can do is become a Patreon supporter. We have many levels to choose from, so you can be first to find out everything we're working on, contribute your ideas to future videos, or get your name in our credits. Links are in the description below, or pause this video and scan a QR code. It's people like you who keep us going, so thank you so much for your support.
We have had a lot of visitors tonight because it's a holiday here, Labor Day. So people have been off for a 3-day weekend. A A lot of people coming by with their dogs, if you heard any dog panting in the background, or their toenails on the wooden deck. And lots of great conversation with new neighbors stopping by. This is a great place to meet people. People like to come out and are attracted to sunset, or they're out walking their dog after dinner, and it's just a very nice place. I found this composition to be somewhat interesting, with the different kind of heights of the clouds from right to left, getting smaller as it goes, and also just the gentlest lines that are being created by the wake. There's really not a wind, it must be just the tide, or actually the wind looks like it's way out there. So that's just the gentlest little ripples over here in the shallows. There's really not too much going on, but I'll give you a little panorama. It's just all about the cloud shapes tonight.
Now let's get back to the story. How could F8 and Be There change your life? I think in two ways. One, if you are a photographer, using this philosophy could allow you to capture an image that goes viral, and the snowball effect could change your life. But even if you're not a photographer, this philosophy could help you meet the right stranger, who becomes your spouse, or the perfect business connection, whom you would have never met if you hadn't been there, paying attention to your surroundings and being open to fate. You're more likely to meet these people while you're doing things you enjoy, so go be there, wherever you need to be, to do whatever your hobby is.
Over here, I feel like we can really see the full scale of the darkness and how much of the sunset has been blocked by these really thick clouds tonight. I also like the way there's this, like, almost like a clothespin pincher shape of light coming, as if the clothespin is on its side, with the pincher legs going out to the right, and the center of the composition being where the pincher legs join together.
If you're enjoying this video, please let us know with a like and subscribe. These are quick, free ways to show your appreciation and tell YouTube this video deserves more views. If you'd like to be notified every time we publish a new video, click the subscribed bell, then select all.
Here's a close-up view of the high part of the bridge on the horizon, really being accentuated by this framing of the dark clouds tonight. Almost like looking at a widescreen crop made by nature.
Let's connect on social media. Links are in the description.
Over here towards the left of center, we now have a circular composition being created by the clouds. It's amazing with all these super dark clouds that there's no rain or lightning or thunder anywhere in the scene this whole time. You would think these are some evil storm clouds, but nothing is materializing out of them except interesting shapes. It's kind of like a Rorschach ink blot test. If you see any shapes that I haven't noticed, let me know in the comments.
If you'd like to be an Owls Insider, you need to subscribe to our email list, linked in the description below. It's the closest free thing to being our Patreon supporter.
Let me give you a panorama update from right. Lots of darkness, color on the horizon, just subtle yellows, bit of an intense orange to pink mixed into the center where the sun went down, and just pastel peach on the left. Let's look up and see. We still have blue sky, believe it or not, but dark, dark clouds trying to blot out whatever light is left. Let's also check out, I think that was a bat that flew in front. Check out these nice ripples. It's There's a lot of darkness below that because of the clouds that it's reflecting, but I think right there is looking good to put it down for a bit and just enjoy the subtlety of that water and that color right in the center.
At this point, I've told you all the potential interpretations of F8 and Be There. So here's the surprising origin story. According to Wikipedia, the story is probably not entirely true, but the true part goes like this. In the 1930s to 60s, there was a well-known street crime photojournalist in the United States named Arthur Felig, best known by his pseudonym Ouija. Not spelled like Ouija board, but like squeegee, because that was a tool he used to develop film. Anyway, he would hang around the Manhattan police station listening for new crimes to be reported. Then he would rush to the scene to photograph it and sold his photographs to the newspapers. Genius, really. But Ouija wasn't rich, so he didn't own high-end camera gear and was entirely self-taught in photography. When someone asked him about his techniques, he supposedly quipped, "F8 and Be There." This makes total sense for what he appeared to do. He never knew what he was about to witness at a crime scene, so he needed a camera setting that worked for most scenes without fiddling around and missing the shot. And he made a huge effort to be there, to capture these newsworthy events as they unfolded. F8 and Be There was Ouija's strategy to make money with photography. But there's a twist. First, let me give you one last look at the horizon tonight.
Nice, kind of Halloween orange on the horizon. Colors died out, almost looks like it's giving a hat to the island with the dark cloud above it, like a witch's hat if we're going with the Halloween theme. There's a bat flying in front of the lens. A really thin sliver of color peeking in between super dark clouds. The bridge twinkling there with its yellow lights against the orange horizon.
And over here on the right, we have an odd phenomena going on. There is a really dark color. Let's see if I can capture it more accurately. It's more like this. It's a really muddy color, like a residual color glow on that far right cloud. I don't think I've seen that here before, and I don't know what's causing it. But this sunset has had a lot of cool clouds. The surprising twist with Ouija's story is multiple sources from the time say Ouija mostly kept his camera set to f16 and f22, so they think he wouldn't have actually said F8 and Be There. But I think maybe he did say it and was just being sarcastic, or was trying to keep his real setting a secret. Or maybe he said F16 and Be There and got misquoted. Ha! Either way, this unofficial story is the only story Wikipedia offers, and I like it. It makes sense with Ouija's true life story, even if he didn't actually say F8 and Be There. And since this phrase's true origin and meaning are not known, that means it's open to whatever interpretation works best for you. So now you know what F8 and Be There may be meant to the person who might have said it first. You also know what it means to me, what it could mean for you, and how it could change your life. How do you interpret F8 and Be There? So which part was your favorite? Please let us know in the comments. Thanks again to each person who supports us, especially our angel investor Patreon supporters. Learn how to get your name in these credits at our Patreon link in the description. We recommend you watch this video next.